Alright guys, so here's the week 26 recap. Um, I did not have a very good week this week. I've been trying to, my the old room that I was in, I learned how to buy breakouts and stuff, and once I came to Jay's room, I started learning how to short stocks because most of these small cap stocks are crap companies, and so I've like taught myself to, you know, eye, uh, short areas. And now that the market's kind of changing, I mean, look at this stock right here. It's averaging like over 2 million 1 minute bars, and you know, I I guess I just need to learn a very hard lesson of these are not where you should be shorting at, and are not stocks you should be shorting. Plus, this blew over pre-market highs with insane volume. I should have been looking to short this thing at all. Um, I don't really remember what I did, to be honest. So just kind of go over this. So uh, it looks like I longed here, the break of this. I longed, I sold into it. I longed again, sold. Then I shorted. I'm assuming I covered down here. No, I guess not. I guess I shorted, and I have no idea why I would have. No, this had to have been a cover. Because there's no way in hell I would have held for all this. But anyways, so then I came back down. I longed again, covered. Longed again, covered. Um, then I shorted here, covered here, and I guess I just left alone after that. So I guess I did try to I did try out some longs, but I took a small red day on this. This actually wasn't too bad. But one thing I'm working on is just don't overstay my welcome in the market. Like if I would just walked away after this, I mean this is some pretty decent trading right here. I longed, I covered. A long they covered, like that's like, basically scalping. What is that? 20 cent moves, 10 cent, 20 cents. And I shorted, had about a 40 cent move. So I mean, yeah, like this right here. I actually do kind of remember this because I do remember being up, and then I gave all of it back and ended red on the day, and you know that's like the worst thing in the world. Plus, commissions and everything. So, but then I came back the next day and I traded BNGO and where is it? Dun dun dun. Here we go. So this thing popped up. Um, I shorted, covered for loss, popped up here, lower high, lower volume. I shorted right here. Um, I covered here. I remember missing this. This sucked. This was like literally a second move. I was trying to put in my range order. So like once I have my first target hit, I like to put in range orders so that like I don't have to babysit the stock and all that. I missed this. I should have just covered. Um, when it started breaking over this, but I did cover here. Then I just kind of like left alone for a second. I came back, which is another bad habit of mine. Coming back after, then it's just lateral. It's not really doing anything. I shorted and I covered. I I had a small little win on this, um, but then I took this traded time. and I got wrecked on this one. So popped up the VWAP, I shorted, covered for a loss, popped up here again, I shorted, cover. Um, I was still using relatively big size, so I mean, like this cut me up pretty good. But this is another thing though. Like right where I'm shorting at, the volume started coming in. This is 3 million volume right here. I shouldn't have been shorting here at all. Like this is clear sign for longs, and some of the guys like my mentor, he longed for like right where I shorted, and he took this entire move. I mean, this is over a dollar move. Like that's insane. I missed out on a lot of the moves because I was just uh, I honestly like I don't really have a reason for why I missed out on the moves. It's just I uh, I was being stubborn. I was being too short biased and stuff because all these stocks I've been shorting for months. They hit it like a certain area and then they just die and they go back down to where they came from. I mean, this will eventually, this topped out at $5. The next day it's down here and trading in the twos. So like, yeah, it will eventually go back, but it's like, when you have volume like this, I need to learn to just, put my bias to the side and trade the market for what it is, And I'm a new trader, so I'm learning, uh, but this one really kicked my butt. At the same time, I traded SLS. Let's see. So this thing came up, and I remember I actually hit my max loss on this. This is why I got covered right here because I was not planning on to cover in here. There's a big algo that popped in at 12:30, so like right at VWAP. I was willing to risk right there. I shorted here. I covered break even. I shorted again. I was willing to risk just up here, but I mean this thing faded all the way down after this. I was just you know devastated. I mean, this thing was, where I got covered at was in the $12. This thing got all the way down to $8. Like, I mean, I would have banked on this thing, but because I screwed up on time and I'm shorting a stock that's got some insane volume to it. 5 million. Like this thing broke 6 million uh, in 1 minute. Instead, I should have just focused on this one. Like this didn't even break 1 million. It got up to 800,000. Like this had no volume. Like no volume means fader. And man, if I would have just traded this one, I would have just absolutely killed it. But that's the part of the struggle trying to figure all this out. But so far, it hasn't been a great week, but then I really killed myself on this one, AACG. So I'm going to start over here. I mean, this is high volume too. I did start off good. I started longing, had dip, reclaimed, huge volume. I longed, covered, I longed, and then this thing just rode way the heck up here. I covered. Um, Not really sure what this one was. I think I might have shorted right here, and I got squeezed. So I think I covered here. I longed right here, risking this. The volume started dying out, and I got caught in the squeeze. I mean, even if I did long right or short right there. I mean, it's still over uh, million volume. I mean, there's absolutely no reason to be shorted right here. But then drop down, yeah, because that's exactly what I did. Because I shorted here, like I think my brain just like clicked over to short, and because I started shorting over here, so then I shorted, covered, shorted, cover, short, cover, short, cover. I started getting into like this scalping mode, and I do remember that like I actually think I was green on this trade, but then this happened. So it's midday, reclaims, and then this volume just went nuts. But like, so the way I was looking at it is it had volume divergence, right? So it had over here like 3 million candles, you know. Then over here much lower volume, but I mean this thing ripped all the way up to $20, and I don't know. I guess like I just thought that I was super intelligent and that I could, figure out the market. I mean, this thing, I was looking for like, it to pop up into the 550s and then slam down and, ride all the way down to here. Well, it didn't do that. And it got really, really bad really quick. It popped up here and then this thing just started taking off. It started breaking over million volume right here. Popped up. I shorted here, risking here, covered. But like one thing is, it starts getting to higher prices. Like this is a lot bigger range now. And then I shorted, covered, shorted. I think I covered like. I'm pretty sure I covered like over here on that one. But then it popped up here. And then this is where I got screwed up right here. So over here, I'm shorting it. Oh, yeah, I'm not really sure actually, because I was down, so I'm not even sure if I shorted over there. But anyways, you get the picture. Like I shorted, I covered, I shorted, I covered, but this is like 20-30 cent moves. Then up here, I was like, all right, man, this volume is insane. It's averaging over 1.5 million volume. I was like, just long this stupid sucker. If I would have longed down here at $5, like, the problem is like it's overextended by like a lot. And so I was looking at this blue line. I longed here. It popped up. I meant to cover up here. This is like a 40 or 50 cent move, and on accident I longed like 3 times my size, huge size, and also this thing just dropped. When it dropped, I hit my max loss, and then I got filled with the market order, and I got filled like way the hell down here. I took like 2 max losses on this one trade, and honestly, I can't tell exactly what I did over here because I got so pissed off. I just like slammed my laptop shut and like left. I was done. And yeah, it sucked, man. It was not good at all. And then the heck. So then today I traded STG. This thing came up here into my zone. I shorted, I covered for a loss. It came back down, popped up. I shorted, cover. And my final cover was all the way over here. So I was happy with this one. I held it. I did pretty good. And then traded LAIX. And so I started off with a long. I'll focus on that right now. I longed, cover. Um, then I longed, like right before open. It started ripping right at the beginning. Cover. And I was happy. I mean, I was up a decent amount. I started trading like ridiculously small size because I've been trading like an idiot lately. So, just in case I do trade bad, I want to make sure that I'm not wrecking my account. Came down here. This is like not the best scalp ever. I shorted down here, covered here. Then this is where I really screwed up at. I had to go out, help a guy at work. I was using this blue line as kind of like a guide. I was going to try to scalp up here and then cover into the wash. I shorted here. I added a short here, and then a guy came out. I thought I put a range order to cover right here. Well, when I came back from helping the guy, it was way the heck up here. I covered, even though it was like ridiculously small size. Like that is a dollar move. So yeah, that sucked. And then I tried to short and cover, and then I was just like, dude, you're doing it again. You need to chill out. Like go leave for a little bit. So I came back, shorted here, covered here for a quick scalp. And I started seeing something. It was forming lower highs, or I mean higher lows and lower highs. But every time it started popping above the $7, it had all these long wicks. It was selling off. And if you look on the 5-minute candle, this thing would pop and then slam back down, pop, slam back down, pop, slam back down. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to short right around the $7. I'm going to give it a little bit more room. Small size, and like let's see what happens. This thing popped up here. There was an algo like sitting right here at 720. I was like, all right, if it goes against 720, then I obviously called it wrong. But and it slammed right back down, and then the wedge that was forming, you know, it came down and bounced on that, and I was just like, man, I don't know, like this, I got to be careful with this. So I covered a small portion, and it started riding back up. I was going to reshort this portion if it popped up. Like I was looking for this area again. I was going to recycle it, and then it just dropped. I covered, and covered, and this was almost a $2 move. So I ended the day relatively good. Um, but this was absolutely horrible. But at the same time, if I'm over here trying to scalp and stuff, it's like, man, if you're gonna try to scalp, like I should just cut it off. Like, especially like I could have cut it off like right here. Like I don't know exactly where I was at when the guy came and called. I should just cut it off and like we came back to it. And, like I could have scalped it a little bit or whatever. Like I could have figured it out after the fact, like when things were just calm. But yeah, like honestly, like I'm just kind of trying to focus in and get my mind back to trading the way I was a couple of weeks ago. I've been kind of like in a rut lately, but you know I'm doing good things, but then my emotions will start making me just not making me, but my emotions will kind of take over, and then I start making really bad decisions. I'll come back after I'm already up. I'll give back my profits. Then I'll revenge trade, trying to get my profits back when I shouldn't have traded at all. But I don't know. A lot of the more experienced guys are like, sometimes you just need to like get away and like refresh your mind, and so taking their advice. And next week I am going to be down in Miami. I'm leaving on Thursday, and I'll be down there all the way until Sunday. So I'll probably take my laptop. I don't know if I'll trade or not, but I haven't decided yet. I'll kind of get down there and see, you know, how I feel and all that kind of stuff. But if not, I might just make my recap on Wednesday and just like go down there and kick back, relax, watch my mentor and the team trade, and just kind of like watch the screen share. I think that'd probably be honestly a better idea. That way, like, I don't piss myself off on a vacation. So, anyways, I hope this was another good video. If not, if you guys have any pointers or like any ideas that I can make these better, like these are for me, but like I've said, before, like a lot of people are actually watching these, and well, not a lot of people, but like I mean, there's a few people that are watching these, and so if you guys have any ideas, like I would like to, try to make these better if I can. So, anyways, I hope you guys traded well, and be back next week.